Assalamualaikum and a very good day to everyone. Today, we Group 3 will be presenting an overview of youth unemployment in Malaysia, evaluating the effectiveness of government initiative. Before we start, let me introduce myself and my group members. My name is IRFAN bin Ismail.
My name is FATIHAH.
Hi, I am Muhammad FAIZ Iskandar bin Roslan.
Hi, I am Muhammad ZARULNIZAM bin Zainal Abidin.
Hi, I am ESWALIZA binti Mat Isa.
Youth unemployment is not a new phenomenon, nor is it unique to Malaysia. Globally, it is recognized as one of the most pressing policy concerns, with rates often 2 to 3 times higher than adult unemployment. According to ICIS, Yusof Ishak Institute, youth unemployment rate across the world have consistently remained high, averaging around 30%. In Malaysia, this issue is particularly serious. While the country recorded an overall unemployment rate of just 3.1% as of December 2024, the lowest since 2015, youth unemployment remains significantly higher. The youth unemployment rate stood at 10.3%, involving nearly 300,000 individuals, with an average of 12% in the year of 2024. Youth also account for more than half of the total unemployed population in the country. Another key issue contributing to this high unemployment rate is labour market saturation. According to the STAR, Malaysia sees an estimated 5 to 6 million students graduating annually from various institutions. However, job creation does not grow at the same pace, resulting in more competition, limited opportunity, and increasing joblessness among young graduates. The challenges of youth unemployment extend beyond just job numbers. There are three main challenges contributing to this problem. First, we face a structural mismatch. Most jobs available are low and semi-skilled sector, but the majority of graduates are seeking high-skilled professional roles. This mismatch leads to underemployment and wasted talent. Second, there is a low work experience and industry readiness. Many graduates lack of practical skill, digital literacy, and real-world experience that employers demand. In fact, a national survey showed that 90% of employers believe graduates need further training before entering the workforce. Third, youth job preference also play a role. Many young people are selective. They tend to avoid jobs in traditional sector like agriculture or manufacturing and instead seek urban-based flexible role. This mismatch contributes to labour market inefficiency. Therefore, this brings us to the purpose of our presentation. Our presentation aims to achieve three main objectives. First, to analyse the current youth unemployment situation in Malaysia. Second, to evaluate the effectiveness of government initiatives such as My Future Job, Job Malaysia, Slim and Talent Corp. And finally, to propose strategic policy recommendations that can improve employment outcomes to ensure market sustainable and inclusive labour market for Malaysian youth.
Definition of youth unemployment is young people or individuals aged between 15 and 24 who are ready to work and looking for a job but still cannot find one. This group of individuals often faces problems like not having enough job experience, choosing the wrong course of study, or not getting jobs that match their skills, resulting in unemployment rates significantly higher than adults. More youth entering workforce. In recent years, more young Malaysians have started entering the workforce earlier. This increase is especially visible in rural and underdeveloped regions where formal education is harder to access. Instead, like Sabah, many teenagers begin working while still in their mid-teens, not because they are ready to launch career, but because their families need the income. This trend reflects survival-driven participation rather than a strategic start to lifelong employment. Persistently higher youth unemployment. Despite growing numbers of youth actively seeking jobs, many are unable to find stable employment. Job creation has not matched the pace of new job seekers entering the market. As a result, young people continue to face higher unemployment rates compared to older workers, despite their willingness to work and their educational qualifications. Triple the adult rate. Young people are far more likely to be unemployed than adults. For every adult without a job, there are several more youth in the same situation. This stark contrast shows that the problem is not just about job availability, it's about structural issues like lack of entry-level opportunities, employer preferences for experienced workers, and a lack of mentorship or apprenticeship to guide young entrants into the workforce. Regional gaps, Sabah and Sarawak. In East Malaysia, particularly in Sabah and Sarawak, youth enter the labour force much earlier than their peers in more developed states. Poverty, poor school infrastructure, and limited access to further education compel many to take up low-skill jobs. This early entry often cut short their opportunity to upskill or pursue higher education, locking them into lower-paying and less secure jobs. Short-term gains and long-term losses. While starting work early helps some families put food on table, it often comes at a long-term cost. These young workers forgo opportunities to gain qualification or professional trainings. Without credentials or career development, they are more likely to remain in jobs with limited growth, low wages, and poor security throughout their life. Urban skill gaps and graduate underemployment. In urban centre, many young graduates still struggle to find work. The problem here is not just a lack of job, but it's a mismatch between what universities teach and what industries need. Many courses emphasize theory but not practical skills. Without work-based learning, internships, or strong industry ties, even qualified graduates may end up unemployed or working jobs that they do not require their level of education. Let's take a look at this graph, which shows unemployment trends in Malaysia between 2011 and 2019, categorized by gender, age group, and whether someone lives in an urban or rural area. The first thing we notice is that youth, especially those aged 15 to 24, face the highest unemployment rates. In particular, rural females aged 15 to 19 consistently experience the worst outcomes, with unemployment peaking near 90% in 2015. This likely reflects poor job access, limited transportation, or a lack of job opportunities in rural communities. Meanwhile, urban male aged 15 to 19 also show high unemployment, often above 70%, suggesting that even in cities, many young men struggle to transition from school to work. But what's interesting in the age pattern? Once individuals reach age 25 and above, unemployment level drop sharply. For example, in all groups, urban or rural, male or female, the rates for ages 25 to 29 and 30 to 34 are much lower and more stable. This shows that employment tends to become more stable with age and experience. Another point, urban female aged 20 to 24 saw their unemployment rate rise steadily after 2015, even overtaking males by 2019. This could point to skills mismatch or hiring discrimination in urban job markets. In short, this graph highlights that youth unemployment is not only high but also uneven. Young people, especially rural females and urban youth, face the toughest challenges in securing stable employment. Education to work mismatch. Youth unemployment is not just about the economy, but it's about waste potential. Malaysia produces many graduates each year, but many are not equipped with the skills employers want. Technical and vocational training remains underutilized despite high demand for skilled trades. Without addressing this mismatch, youth unemployment will remain high. Financial struggles and debt. Financial pressures weigh heavily on young Malaysians. Many enter the job market already carrying debt from their education. Without a stable income, they struggle to save, support their families, or make long-term plans like owning a home or starting a family. The result is delayed independence and mounting stress. Mental health and social withdrawal. The psychological effects of joblessness are just as serious. Repeated job rejections, financial instability, and social pressure can lead to depression, anxiety, and even self-isolation. Many youth lose their sense of purpose, confidence, and motivation, which further reduce their chances of securing employment. Career scarring and productivity loss. Early unemployment leave a lasting mark. Young people who start their careers in unstable or mismatched jobs tend to earn less and struggle to advance. These individual losses also affect national productivity as the economic losses out on skill, talent, and innovation that could have been looked after. Lastly, discrimination and uncertainty. Many young Malaysians, especially in rural areas, faces deeper challenges. They are more likely to be excluded from formal jobs and end up in insecure, informal work with no benefits. Employers often prefer older, more experienced workers, leaving youth stuck at the bottom. This not only increases inequality but also limits mobility and opportunity. Now, let's take a look at this chart. It shows that youth unemployment in Malaysia is not the same everywhere. It really depends on where you live. On the left, we see the state like Malacca, Penang, and Kuala Lumpur, where youth, especially those aged 20 to 24, have better chances of getting a job. But as we move to the right, to the place like Kelantan, Sabah, and Terengganu, the situation gets worse. You can also see the teenager aged 15 to 19 face even greater challenges than young adults. In poorer states, many teens drop out of school early to work but struggle to find proper job. This clearly shows that regional inequality and poverty are major drivers of youth unemployment, where your born can heavily influence your job prospects. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good morning to everyone. Today I would like to present about two important job portals in Malaysia, which is My Future Jobs and Job Malaysia, with a focus on their challenges, particularly in helping youth like us to find suitable employment. Right, let me begin with My Future Job. Job is a national employment portal managed by Perkeso and developed under the Ministry of Human Resources. The platform uses artificial intelligence to help match job seekers with employers and also provides training, job placement support, and wage subsidies. It was introduced to help reduce unemployment, especially among young Malaysians. Although My Future Job has many strong features, it still faces several key challenges. Challenges of My Future Jobs. One major challenge is that graduate skill mismatch remain high. In Malaysia, around 42% of graduates are currently working in jobs that are semi or low skill, which do not match their academic qualification or the training they receive. This situation shows that there is a gap between what is taught in universities and what the job market really needs. Secondly, underemployment is a growing issue. Many job seekers, especially youth, are forced to accept jobs that do not reflect their abilities, interests, or long-term career goals. For example, a graduate in engineering might end up working as a customer service agent simply because it is difficult to find jobs in their fields. It is not only limit their career development, but also reduce job satisfaction and motivation. Another challenge is that employees are hesitant to hire inexperienced youth. Even though the government offers incentives such as wage subsidies, many employers are still unwilling to take the risk of hiring fresh graduates. Their concerns often include the cost of training, doubts about soft skills, and whether the graduate is ready for working world. This hesitance creates a barrier for young trying to enter the job market. Now, let's move on to Job Malaysia. Job Malaysia is an alien government platform launched by the Ministry of Human Resources to help Malaysians find jobs. The portal allows users to register, search for jobs, and apply directly. It was especially useful in the past, particularly for job seekers in rural areas. However, over time, Job Malaysia has struggled to keep up with the current demands and digital expectations. Alright, let's look at the challenges it faces. Challenges of Job Malaysia. The first issue is that the system is outdated and less user-friendly. Unlike My Future Job or private portals, Job Malaysia does not offer modern, interactive features or fast performance. This makes it difficult for users to find the right job quickly or have a smooth online experience. In today's digital world, such weaknesses reduce the platform effectiveness. Secondly, employer participation on the platform is very low. Many employers have shifted to My Future Job or private websites like JobStreet or LinkedIn because those platforms offer better visibility, better tools, and faster recruitment processes. As a result, there are fewer active job listings on Job Malaysia, which reduce its usefulness for job seekers. Lastly, Job Malaysia lacks career guidance and personalization tools. The platform does not offer important features such as psychometric testing, career counseling, or tailored job recommendations. These tools are very important to help youth understand their strengths and find the career path. Without them, the portal cannot support job seekers in a meaningful or personalized way. In conclusion, both My Future Job and Job Malaysia were introduced with the goal of supporting employment in Malaysia. However, each platform still faces serious challenges, from skills mismatch and underemployment in My Future Job to outdated system and low employer engagement in Job Malaysia. It is clear that more improvement is needed. Thank you for listening. Now I will pass to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum. I will continue the presentation with the Talent Corps and Slim initiative to address youth unemployment in Malaysia. Talent Corporation Malaysia, or known as Talent Corp, was established in 2011 under the Ministry of Human Resources. Its mission is to build a strong talent ecosystem by attracting, nurturing and retaining skilled workers to drive national economic growth. As industry rapidly evolves, Talent Corps help bridge the gap between business need and local talent to ensure Malaysia's workforce remain competitive. However, youth unemployment persists, especially among graduates, highlighting the need for more effective skill development and alignment with market demands. The first challenge faced by Talent Corp is the growing need for highly skilled workers. As industry shift toward AI, digital technology, and the green economy, employers increasingly seek workers with specialized knowledge. Survey found that 620,000 jobs across 10 key sectors are at risk due to this transformation. Unfortunately, many graduates lack the necessary skill, both technical and soft skill like leadership and problem solving, making it harder to compete in a tight job market. The second challenge involved difficulty synchronizing academic curricula with industry requirement. Many universities still operate on outdated course structure and collaboration with employer is still limited. As a result, graduates often lack practical and industry relevant skill, leaving them unprepared for job requirements. Although they hold strong academic qualification, study shows there's a mismatch between their education and real-life expectations. The third challenge is limitation in reaching youth from undeserved communities. Most of its programs like internship, career development, and industry collaboration are concentrated in urban centers, making them less accessible to youth in rural or low-income areas. Ironically, unemployment rates in cities are rising due to intense competition and limited opportunities. Another initiative aimed at tackling youth unemployment is Scheme Latihan Satu Malaysia or SLIM, was a government program designed to help unemployed graduates to improve their skill, confidence and work readiness. It was led by the Economic Planning Unit and partnered with GLCs and private companies to offer structured training placements. SLIM focus especially on supporting youth from rural and low-income backgrounds and also those working in roles unrelated to their academic qualifications. By offering short-term training and exposure, the program aimed to increase graduates' chances of securing jobs in both public and private sectors. The first challenge with SLIM is its short training duration. The program offers job placement lasting 6 to 12 months, but they rarely lead to permanent position. Many graduates complete the training only to end up in temporary position without clear career path. Research from the Age Malaysia stated that SLIM short-term approach limits its ability to solve long-term unemployment as companies hesitate to fully invest in the program. Next, SLIM face limitation in industry involvement. The program mainly partners with GLC and a few private companies, which narrow the scope of sector included. As a result, graduates miss out on opportunities in high growth areas like technology, finance and engineering, where specialized skills are increasingly in demand. Lastly, the lack of post-program support. After completing short-term training, many graduates struggle to secure permanent roles due to missing career pathway and weak employer follow-up. Although SLIM has helped numerous graduates in securing jobs, research by IKIM shows that most opportunities are temporary and lack long-term stability. Without continued support and clear employment strategy, graduates are left vulnerable to job insecurity, which can ultimately worsen youth unemployment. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Today I'm going to present policy recommendation to address youth unemployment in Malaysia. Let's explore 5 key policy recommendations. The first policy recommendation is strengthening education and skills training. To reduce youth unemployment, we must first address the skill mismatch. One key strategy is enhancing DIVAT, where institutions work closely with industries to provide hands-on training. For example, Germany's dual training model, which Malaysia aims to replicate, successfully prepares students for real-world jobs. We also need to promote STEM and digital literacy as future jobs demand skills in areas like AI, robotics, and coding. This is already part of Malaysia's Education Blueprint 2013 to 2025. Curriculum reform is also essential. Through partnership with industry players, we can ensure that what students learn matches what employees need. Lastly, programs like My Future Jobs help bridge the education employment gap by connecting students with internship and apprenticeships, giving them real work experience before graduation. Next policy recommendation is encouraging entrepreneurship and self-employment. To boost youth employment, Malaysia must empower young people to become job creators, not just job seekers. Government programs like Tekun Nasional and SME Corps offers microfinancing, training and business advisory to help youth start and grow businesses. To ease the process, the Malaysia Biz Portal simplifies business registration by integrating multiple agencies into one platform, reducing red tape and encouraging more startups. Entrepreneurship education is also key. Programs like Young Entrepreneurs Scheme (YES) in universities such as UITM provide students with real business skills in marketing and finance. We can also learn from Singapore's startup ecosystem where incubators like Block 71 support early-stage entrepreneurs with mentorship and funding. Malaysia can expand similar support structures to inspire innovation and self-employment among youth. The third policy recommendation is expanding high-skill job creation. Malaysia faces a growing mismatch between graduates and available high-skilled jobs. In 2023, only 48,700 high-skilled positions were available for over 287,000 graduates. To tackle this, we must attract investment in sectors like digital tech, green energy, and aerospace through initiatives like My Digital Blueprint. Innovation hubs like Cyber Jaya Global Tech Hub are helping to create jobs by supporting tech startups and research labs. We also need to boost R&D investment to remain competitive. South Korea's success in innovation parks shows how government-led tech clusters can drive employment in high-value sectors. By fostering collaboration between university and industry, Malaysia can generate more skilled jobs and retain talent within the country. Improving labour market policy is the fourth policy recommendation. Labour market reforms play a crucial role in protecting young workers. In 2025, Malaysia raised minimum wage to 1,700 ringgit Malaysia, supporting fairer income distribution, although it's also challenged SMEs. The revised Employment Act 1955 now allows flexible work arrangement along with extended maternity leave and new paternity leave, creating a more inclusive workplace. To address job insecurity, especially from contract work, the Talent Roadmap 2024 till 2030 focuses on productivity and skill enhancement. Additionally, platforms like My Future Jobs offer retraining opportunities, helping youth remain employable amid a changed market demands. Looking to models like Sweden's Flexicurity, Malaysia is working toward a more adaptive and supportive labour system. The last policy recommendation is strengthening public-private collaboration. Public-private collaboration is critical in tackling youth unemployment. The PPP Master Plan 2030 promotes structured partnership between government, businesses and university to align education with industry needs. A good example is TVET Collaboration Hub, where companies like Intel and Petronas provide students with real-world training through internship and curriculum input. The PCAS 2030 programs aims to create 900,000 jobs by incentivizing companies to invest in mentoring and workforce development. To strengthen these efforts, Malaysia should offer tax incentives to businesses that support youth training, similar to successful model in Germany and Japan. This collaboration ensure that graduates are workforce ready and industry get the talent they need.
To conclude, youth unemployment in Malaysia remains a serious and persistent issue despite overall improvement in the national unemployment rate. The data clearly shows that while the general unemployment rate has declined to 3.1%, the youth unemployment rate remains significantly higher. The gap highlights critical structural issues in our labour market, including mismatch between education outcome and industry need, as well as the shortage of high-skilled job opportunity for new graduates. Our analysis also revealed that current government initiatives like Job Malaysia, Talent Corp, SLIM have made some progress, but more targeted, sustainable policies are needed. This should focus on skill development, digital literacy, and stronger collaboration between education institutions and employers. Ultimately, solving youth unemployment is not just about creating jobs. It is about preparing our youth to thrive in a changing economy. With coordinated efforts and policy reform, we can ensure Malaysia young talent becomes a driving force for future growth and national resilience. Thank you.